unite the anti-EU vote behind UKIP? And specifically, how will they encourage the many good and true people who have left the party over the past few years to return to the fold?
The anti-EU vote is a hands-on thing. Again, I say, the chance to communicate. But what the party needs to do, this party needs to establish a clear line of leadership. We need to break down the barriers that are causing us to fall out. Branches all over the country, small branches, people have become disillusioned and walked out of UKIP. We need to bring those people back on board. There is no clear line of leadership and sentiment within this party at this present moment. And if we cannot establish that, then we have further problems. A clear line of command must be established. And the only way to do that is for us to realise where we stand, both here, at home, and abroad. And that is as simple as that. Thank you very much.
In 2009, the press predicted the BNP would sweep the polls in the European elections and UKIP would have a disaster. It wasn't that way. And one of the things we did do is we took a lot of respectable anti-EU votes away from the BNP and they voted for UKIP. And if one of the things that we do is to crush the BNP's chances of moving forward, that would be a very good thing for our party to do. The other anti-EU vote that causes us trouble is the English Democrats. I don't think we've been seen to be English enough as a party. We need to talk a bit more about Englishness and about the need for the English Parliament to deal with English-only issues. If we do that, we'll take their vote. And in terms, Mike, of those people that have left us and whether they should come back, let's just remember that a group of people left us, set up a spoiler party called UK First, who put candidates up against us in the last European elections, and I would argue we should not let back into UKIP any one of those people who tried to split our vote. We don't want...
Hear, hear.
I understand there's about 61 Eurosceptic groups, and I think we can do a lot more to gain their membership of UKIP. I mean, I'm Freedom Association. There should be special offers, etc., to get them to come over. I worked with a guy who was the membership marketer for the Caravan Club. Don't laugh, but he was. But you know, he did so well at getting new members that they had to tell him to quieten down a bit because he's getting so many new members in. And we need someone like that for UKIP, someone dynamic, someone that knows the tools of the trade of actually building up our membership. And that is a way, you know, through common membership with these organisations to obviously build the anti-EU message. The other one I mentioned is the positive vision that we're working on. If we can lead the way, if we can show a positive way forward that others can follow, then they will follow. And Nigel's right about the English Democrats. You know, I generated the policy, English Parliament, we don't all like the English Parliament, it's not Birmingham, it's Westminster, English MPs and Westminster. We can time, you know, 300,000 votes, we can win over.
Okay. Let's just be clear about some numbers. The party membership peaked after the 2004 European election at a bit over 26,000 or so, I'm told. I think it's now about 16,000. So there's been a heavy fall in membership. And that is the challenge. Anybody joining a political party, almost by definition, unless they're starting in 18 or 21 or whatever, has left another political party. And I don't think that we should be thinking about excluding people. We want to be including people. And I want to grow the membership. I want to grow the membership. I don't want to talk about excluding people. David's saying he wants to be nice to people. I want to be nice to people as well. But can I just finish by saying, let's just be aware of what's going on. Our country is being stolen from us. We need to maximise our membership, and we need to have all sorts of ways of doing that. I'm afraid the last few years it hasn't worked, has it?
Next question is from Avril King in Poole, and it's simply, if you are not elected, Will you be able to work with the new leader, or at least present a united front?
I think my record stands for itself. I've been here for 17 years. I've been here through thick and thin. I've been here when I fundamentally disagree with much that the party has done, but I have never once in public uttered a word against the party or against the party line. I've never done it in the past. I'll never do it again. I've given, as I said earlier, the best part of my adult life to this party and this cause. I won't be giving it up, regardless whether I win or lose this leadership election.
I would very much respect the view of the membership. We're a democracy, party of democracy. However, what I would say is I can't work under anyone that doesn't believe in policies, because I think that just takes us down a road where we're wasting our time. And I would work hard as an MEP, but I wouldn't work in a senior position if Tim and Nigel get there, because they do not believe in policies. Don't buy this. Yes, Nigel, you held them out for 2 years. You held them out, but you did not hold any political committee meetings. And you turned up at the spring conference not having read the manifesto. It seems to be catching. Pearson didn't read the manifesto on the TV, apparently. You didn't read the manifesto at the launch of the manifesto. You do not believe in policies. You've told me time and time again. Thank you.
I'll just give you 15 seconds to respond to that, because that was personal.
Your desperation, David, should not allow you to lie to people. I was the one that broadened the policies of the party. You were given the job to produce policy for the party, and what you did was to produce hundreds of pages of policy only a couple of weeks before the general election. No wonder Lord Pearson didn't know the policies, every single one of them.
Mr. Chairman, will you call the meeting to order, please?
The point is, David, every single one of us was caught out in the general election campaign because the policies weren't delivered on time.
Sorry, excuse me.
This is wrong. This is wrong. It's a personal argument. We're here to
moment
from the floor.
One moment.
You've got to stop this personal argument.
One moment. Okay? We had a personal attack from one candidate on another candidate. There was a response which was also personal. I'll give David 15 seconds. I don't want any other comments, and then we'll move on to Tim, please.
Well, can I just say, this is entirely factual. I'm holding Nigel to the account. I don't want to let him get away with saying he believes in policies. He takes my phrases, saying we need to be relevant, when it's not true. I'm sorry, he held up the process for 2 years. Thank you.
Okay, Tim.
As far as I'm concerned, Europe has now become a defining issue in my own politics. I've been a Conservative for most of my life. I thought the Conservatives were ultimately going to defend our country, our constitution, our institutions, all the rest of it. They have let us down catastrophically over 30 years. As far as I'm concerned, I will always vote for this party while we are not